So imagine for a minute that someone walks up to the office of Thomas Edison without any prior notice, without any prior communication. He came with one desire, that I want to be a business partner of Mr. Edison. Some people will laugh over it, but this one man stuck at it until he became a success. That is the story of Edwin C. Barnes. So, but what if I told you that most people never become wealthy? Not because they lack opportunity, intelligence, or resources, but because they never learn how successful people think. Yes, it first starts from the mind. You heard that correctly. More than 80 years ago, Napoleon Hill spent decades studying some of the wealthiest and most influential people in his era, including Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, and Thomas Edison. The result was, of course, Think and Grow Rich. This book is one of the most influential, successful books ever written. And today I'm going to be sharing the most powerful 6 action points from this book. Ideas that have influenced entrepreneurs, leaders, and high achievers, and me too. For a time, I have been looking for one of the first ingredients for success. But when I saw this book, the first thing that blew my mind was the first principle, a burning desire. And let me not go ahead of myself. We'll get into it shortly. So Think and Grow Rich is not really a book about getting rich quickly. And that is one of the misconceptions that I have. While I was maybe 6 chapters into the book, 8 chapters into the book, I was like, is this what really thinking and grow rich means? I thought it was just some spooky method that you will just think and grow rich. So the book is about developing the mindset, habit, and principles that make achievement possible. This book began when industrialist Andrew Carnegie challenged Napoleon Hill to spend years studying highly successful individuals and uncovering the uncommon principle behind their achievements. So after interviewing hundreds of successful people, Hill identified patterns repeatedly that appears in their life, and Andrew Carnegie calls it the secret sauce. The secret sauce. This book teaches that success begins in the mind long before it appears into reality. Now let's take a deep dive into the 6 action steps that I have gleaned out from this book. Number 1, develop a burning desire. Here begins with the story of Edwin C. Barnes. Barnes wasn't really wealthy, didn't have connections, yet he had one overwhelming desire. He wanted to become a business partner of Thomas Edison. Most people would have called it impossible, of course. Just imagine you saying that I want to be a business partner of Elon Musk. it even sounded hilarious, even just to think of it, the richest man in the world. You want to become his business partner. The first question that will come to your mind is, what do you have to offer? But Edwin C. Barnes did not think like that. Barnes refused to see his dreams as an impossibility. He saw it as something very possible. He treated it as a decision. Eventually, he got the opportunity to work with Mr. Edison. Now, according to the book, he first of all got a minor role. Some people would think it demeaning. I want to go to the top and you're starting me from the bottom. What type of thing is this? But he was calm. He knew where he was going to, and he was humbled to work from a low estate. An opportunity came. He sold the talking machine, and before you know, that was how he blew. Of course. So what is the key takeaway? A weak wish produces a weak result. A burning desire creates persistence, creativity, and commitment. So what is the action point in this first action point? Write down one of your major goals you want to achieve. Yes, one of your major goals. He calls it your definite purpose. Don't write what you hope for. Don't write what you wish for. Write something that is really inside your heart. Number 2, Action points. Turn your goals into a definite plan. He repeatedly emphasizes that successful people move from desire to action. One clear example is Henry Ford. Many experts told Ford his vision for producing affordable automobile was unrealistic, totally impossible, but not Ford. Ford continued refining his plans until he found a workable system, especially when he was creating the V6 engine now. His engineers came and told him this thing cannot be done. He told them this thing can be done. After 6 months, they had been working on the project, no show. After 1 year, no show. But after a while, they got it. They knew that they must have to find a means to make this thing possible, else they will retire from working for the entrepreneur. So after a while, they got it. So what is the key takeaway in this? Dreams without plans remain wishes. What did I say? Dreams without plans remain wishes. Plans transform desire into measurable action. Choose your biggest goal and identify the 3 practical steps you need to take this week, not next month, but this week. Focus on movement, not perfection. Number 3, action points. Use auto-suggestions to shape your thinking. He will believe that repeated thought eventually influences belief and action. He encouraged readers to repeatedly visualize their goals, visualize success, speak out their objective. Throughout the book, he argues that successful people intentionally feed their mind with empowering ideas instead of to fear about it. Your mind moves towards your repeatedly focused action. So what is the action point? Every morning and every evening, write down your goals, read it aloud and visualize it. Number 4, action point. Build a mastermind alliance. One of the most successful people and most powerful concept in this book is the mastermind principle. He observed that most successful people really succeed alone. But in this world of AI, we want to build a one-man system, of course. But as you progress in your journey, you need to add more people to supply what you don't have, because one man does not have everything. Yes, he points to leaders and business executives who achieve extraordinary results through strategic partnership and collaboration. So what is the key takeaway? Your growth is heavily influenced by the people around you. So what is the action point? Identify 3 people who need to work with you in order for you to grow. Number 5, action points. Develop persistence. Napoleon Hill shares his famous story of R.U. Darby. Darby and his uncle invested in gold. Yes, it was in the early chapters. After digging unsuccessfully, they quit, and the equipment was sold. The new owner hired an expert who discovered that gold was only few feet away. Is it like 3 feet away from where Darby and his uncle have stopped digging? So what is the lesson here? That lesson stayed with Darby all his life, and he went on to become a successful entrepreneur in selling life insurance. So what is the key takeaway here? Identify one goal you have abandoned too early, revisit it, and make additional committed effort. So if you're enjoying this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you keep on getting more value. So what is the action point number 6? Control fear and decide quickly. Hill teaches that fear destroys more than failure will ever do. Throughout the book, he identifies that fear of criticism, fear and poverty, these things leads to a major obstacle towards achieving success. So what is the action point? Think about the most important decision you have ever made, and then you fine tune it. So what is the strength of this book? So if you have enjoyed this book, please make sure you tell me in the comment section which one you want us to analyze next.